part two, my bad, I was rambling too much, but I had to be able to do it because my kids need me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was so afraid to drop that, I'll be honest with you, if something were to happen to the kids, I couldn't even take them to the hospital or anything because I was too afraid to get in the car. And I don't think it was afraid to get in the car. I think it was, I wasn't scared of driving. I think that it was, if I was by myself and nobody would know that I was choking. So it wasn't that I was afraid of the car or afraid of driving. I was afraid to be by myself. Because if I was by myself, then I could have a panic attack or choke and no one would know. I think that's what it was. Or for example, like the elevator thing, it's not that I was afraid of an elevator. It was afraid that if I get stuck, no one's going to know. I don't know. So anyway, I went through that and I was talking to somebody because it's like, oh my gosh, she shared her story with me after I shared my story. And we were like, oh my God, we're anxiety twins. You know what I'm saying? I went through the same thing. It was so crazy and even more stuff we shared. But I was telling her about my journey and how I overcame it. She's like, hey, Crystal, how did you overcome it? And I was like, baby steps. Like literally, you know how a baby like literally takes baby steps and like they roll around before they crawl, then they stand, then they take 2 steps, fall, get back up. That's what I had to do. It was like getting up. I would use the metaphor of riding a bike for the first time. I would use another thing like a baby. Like seriously, I would get in my car and imagine that I was driving in the garage, and then I put the garage up. Then I went down the driveway. Right? Then the next time I went to the stop sign and maybe for 2 weeks I was only at the stop sign. You know that? And then after that, maybe I practiced so much to be in the stop sign. Maybe I did a lap around my circle or something like that in the neighborhood. And so I just would force myself because I knew that my why is strong. I had to do it for not only myself, I had to do it for my family. And I think when your why is strong enough, it's not about you anymore. So my kids and my husband, more so my kids, helped me get out of it. That's the truth. I use my why. I use my kids. Like, I have to do this for certain. If the baby needs Pampers or whatever like that, if my husband's not home, I've got to be able to go get those Pampers. I've got to. If something happens to my kid, I've got to be able to go to the hospital to take my. It was one of those things. It's like, you've got to do it. Yeah, I ripped the bandage off, and I'm telling y'all something. It was not good. I ripped that bandage off, and it hurt. The bandage hurt. I'm telling you that right now. Because it was oftentimes I would get scared. I call my husband, I'm like, baby, I'm exhausted. I can't do it. He'd be like, Crystal, tell yourself that you're capable, that you can do it. And then he said, it's okay to take a break. Give yourself a break. So I would stop. I would take a break.